Good evening, ladies. I have a question for you tonight, and I want to know how many one trippers do I have on here? And when I say one tripper, I kind of want to know, there's something on the screen here, I kind of want to know how many of you try to pack as much or as many grocery bags as you can at one time into the house. You load your arms down, you put bags up your arm here, you have them in your hand, you take what's left of your hands and grab the bottles of whatever it may be, and you try your best to pack as many. Um, how many one? If you're a one tripper on here, I want to see a heart. I want to know that I'm not alone as a one tripper. Are you a one tripper, and do you try to take as much as you can? So does this ever happen to you? You get your hands full, you carry the bags, and of course all this added extra weight is pressing on you, especially if you're actually wearing heels after work and you are getting to the door, you get through and you get there and you take the best that you can, you balance yourself, you kind of kick on the door a little bit and say, "Let me in, open the door, open the door." But nobody in the house hears you, and so then you try to take your hands, what you can, what the circulation hasn't cut off, what movement you still have left. You try to take your hands and you try to open or turn the doorknob, but you can't. So what do you have to do? You have to end up setting down all of the bags at the door, then open the door, and then pick up all the bags again and take them on the inside. And I got to thinking about this. Sometimes we try to carry everything that we can with us, as much as we can at one time, because we feel like, well, I feel like, that if I can carry it all and get it all done at one time, I'll have more time for other stuff later. I've noticed a lot of times that when I am trying to carry all the bags, I can see the actual circulation cut off from my arm, or if the Walmart bags are on my hands, I can see them just making different spaces or spots on my arms, all because I'm trying to make everything in one trip. And I thought about that door being Jesus, and I thought about me carrying all my troubles and trying so hard just to get in the door, just to get into the place. And I feel like sometimes we have to lay it all down at his feet before we could actually enter into his rest. And here's a couple of things. In Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, 29, 30 is the most familiar scripture. But this really resonated with me as I was trying to be a one-tripper the other day. It says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." There's no way that we can get rest unless we go to him first. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle, lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." Don't you crave rest tonight? Aren't you tired of being a one-tripper? Aren't you so exhausted from carrying everything with you at one time, trying to get it all done in just one trip? And then it says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Isn't that what we're all after, is to reduce the burden, to make it light and easy to bear? When we are able to allow ourselves to yoke with Jesus, the old wooden yoke that would house two animals, it means that you pull together and you work together and the load is distributed evenly and balanced, that we don't have to pull that load by ourselves. Here's a couple of things that I wrote down about being a one-tripper. The one thing that happens when we try to be a one-tripper, when we try to put all the grocery bags or put as much on our arms as we can, it restricts our movement and our ability to balance well and our ability to maneuver freely. It means that we don't have the ability to use our hands or our parts of our body that we need to. And so try not to be a one-tripper. Try not to carry all of your troubles at one time, but start leaving them at his feet for rest. And something else is that all the extra strain that it causes on your body and your back, and that you actually feel the weight of the extra weight that you're carrying with you. You can feel your knees shaking. It depends on the distance that you have to carry it. And why I am a one-tripper, I don't know, because I need the steps anyway. Why not make more trips? It's really not saving me any time if I have to drop all the bags before I can enter the door anyway. So I want to challenge you tonight to not be a one-tripper with your troubles, to think about asking God to just give you that rest, laying everything down so you can open the door and enter that rest with him and allow and take on his yoke, because his burden is easy and his burden is light. We don't have to be one trippers. We don't have to do everything at one time. We don't have to take care of everything immediately. We don't have to feel like we have to carry that, break our backs, hurt our knees, put strain on ourselves. It's time to lighten our load, ladies. It's time to set all the bags down, to enter His sweet rest, to yoke up with Him, and take care of one thing at a time.